All right. We are back once again in the world of The Walking Dead. We are going to be playing again. If you're joining for the first time or if you enjoy watching these, come follow me on Twitch or subscribe over on YouTube where you can watch the entire series from start until, well, this episode now. But yeah, really appreciate those of you who've been watching and participating, and hopefully we can get more of that and yeah, have some more fun. So, also today is Friday, which is awesome because on Friday we always do a like random event that happens that our players have to try and solve. And yeah, anyways, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into our session today. So, as always, we begin with determining how much time has passed since our last one. We're just going to roll a d6. Tell you what, let's pull this up so you can actually see it. There it is. D6. Whammo Kajamo. It's been 3 days. That means the tractor is almost fixed. Got another day's worth of work before the tractor is going to be all fixed up. And now we're going to roll on all of our clocks. So we've got the hospital with the swarm trapped inside, needs a 4 or higher. Nope. That's an old one. A trapped group whittling down a swarm that surrounded them needs a 6. Nope. The food bank needs a 6. Nope. Which is good because we don't really want that to go old. Military group taking out a swarm needs a 5 or higher. Nope. The gear guarded by a military group, it needs a 5 or more. Nope. And then a neutral faction with a haven in a movie theater that's well defended and have a useful item needs a 3 or higher. Wow, so far none of the clocks have gone up. Okay, then we've got the end game where the big military group, I say big, it's only like 17 people, but still, it's bigger than us. They are looking to avenge their dead leader, and it needs a 5 or higher, so that doesn't do nothing. Then the dangerous military group, they have their own little faction clock, which needs a 6. Oh, interesting. And then there's the gas guzzlers who need a 5 or higher. Okay, so the only one to fill in is the dangerous military group, so let's take a look. Interesting. So it could be a couple of different things. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right, create a new rumor if there's less than 6. There's more than that, so we're fine. Update our Haven projects. We did that. Decide on a challenge and activate it. If a faction clock was filled in, it'll probably be the likely challenge. Well, first we're going to roll our random event for the day. We're going to deal with that first, and then we'll deal with the faction and see what happens. All right. The red is the 10s and the black is the 1s. So number 51. An important item is missing. Roll a d6 to see who has taken it. Roll a d6. Whammo, it's a 2. An NPC survivor. So, an important item is missing, and one of our NPC survivors has taken it. So we're going to have a little bit of a kind of Sherlock Holmes episode today, it sounds like. We'll see kind of what happens with that. So we need to determine what was taken and who has taken it and why they've taken it as well. So let's go over to our stuff. Alright, so we've got a bunch of different kinds of guns. We've got knives, flashlight toolbox. Could be the horse that goes missing. We do have gear to saddle up one horse. We've got the Vespa. We've got a couple of motorcycles, a car. We've got our truck, and then some other kinds of weapons. Interesting. Well, it's going to be something important that goes missing. Could also be basic medical supplies. Both us and Nicole have those. Maybe one of those goes missing. Could be that. Those are both pretty important. I think what we're going to do is somebody takes the horse and leaves, maybe. And maybe we have to try and track them down. I think we could probably do that. Or maybe, okay, what else could have happened? Maybe, maybe, we could do that, like, Jacob, who's the fire chief, Ronnie, who's the other firefighter, and John, they're all addicts. We could do that they'd, like, take a car and leave and take a bunch of our food with them. I think we could probably do, I think we're going to do that. It's kind of been heading that way where, like, they don't really like being there. We don't really like them being there. And we all just kind of are, like, there for kicks and giggles. I think that's what we're going to do. And we're going to say they take a bunch of our food with them. And we've got to go get the food back because otherwise our people are going to start to starve. Man, that's a bummer. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to do this. Okay. So, we're going to say John takes one of the rifles. So he's got a rifle, his pistol, and a knife. The fire chief has his revolver, and we're going to say the other one also takes one of the rifles. Or maybe one of the submachine guns. We're going to do submachine gun. I guess I can just do SMG. SMG, that's easier to write, faster. Okay. So they're going to take a couple of our weapons. So we're going to knock those down. And then they're going to take off with the truck. We're going to say they take off with the truck. And they have left the haven with our food supplies. So we're going to reduce our capacity down to I think we're going to knock it down to 2 or so it was at 2. We're going to say they take a big chunk of food. I'm going to do a roll. We're going to roll 1d6. Do they take all the food or do they leave us some? Okay, extreme no. So do they take all the food? No. So we'll put our capacity down at 1 now instead of at 2. So our capacity has been quite a bit reduced. And people are going to be really mad about this. So let's go back to this really quick. Embark on a run or otherwise engage with the challenge. Oh, if appropriate, run a scene with the other NPCs to interact with this challenge. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we all get up in the morning, and when we do, we find out that the truck is missing. We go looking around, and John, Jacob, and Ronnie are all gone. They've all taken off in the truck, or at least we assume they took off in the truck. Maybe they got abducted, but nobody believes that. And they took a couple of weapons with them. They left us some of the food. They didn't take all the weapons. And now we as a group are going to decide what we're going to do about it. So I think that Daniel is very much like, let's go get our stuff back and we'll take care of them. We've killed people before. And I think the Kate would be like, no, we shouldn't kill them, like blah blah blah. I don't think that's a good idea, maybe. Like that. And then we'll kind of roll for the rest of them. So tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do, Daniel's going to do a leadership role versus Kate. So Daniel's going to be trying to convince people to go hunt them down. He gets 1 success. And then Kate is going to do hers. She gets none. So Daniel's going to win, which means he convinces like Samuel, Nicole, hey, we're going to go hunt him down. I don't think he could change Kate's mind, but we are of the impression that we're going to need these guns. So maybe we should go get them. Now, we know that these people are dangerous, unpredictable. We also don't know exactly where they went. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to, first of all, we're going to try and, so we all get together. Tell you what, Samuel still has his rifle. I think that Daniel's going to take a rifle with him. And then Nicole's going to take an SMG with her. We're like kitting up, getting ready to go. We have the basic medical supplies. We have ours. She has hers. We're going to take them both. And then I think we're going to actually change our knife out for a different weapon. So the nice thing about a knife is it only takes up half a slot. And it gives us a +2. We could take because we have like a quarterstaff. We have a couple of other things, but they all take more than half a slot is the problem. But right now we're not really worried about our slots. So I think we're going to leave our knife. So we're going to add an extra knife to the supply, and we're going to take one of the quarterstaffs with us, because the quarterstaff is just a little bit better. So I'm going to add that on here. Quarterstaff, it takes up 1 slot. So basically you can carry enough gear and stuff to up to your strength +2. So we can carry up to 5 slots worth of things. With everything that we have at the moment, we're going to be up to 3 total. So we still have room for other things. 1 + 3, and it's a melee weapon. Okay. So we are going to go and hunt them down. So we're going to take a little bit of extra. Everybody else has, okay, she doesn't. So Nicole is going to take a knife. So we're going to take one back out. Everybody else has weapons, though, and things like that. So our haven is fracturing at the seams and coming apart, which isn't great for us. And now we have to go try and get back a bunch of the food that they took from us. So let's go here. So we are going to do a survival check. We are going to try and like track them down. Tell you what, we're going to roll to see what kind of weather there is today, because that will make, it is windy. Roll, oh, and roll again. Another 6 means it's a storm or extreme heat or cold. No, it's not. So it's just very windy today. So we're not going to get extra dice on our check because of like mud or tracks or things like that. We roll 7 on survival, and we're going to say, so the people coming with us is Nicole, Daniel, and Samuel. So we'll say each of them is helping. I believe they get to give us 1 dice extra when they're doing that. This is a survival check looking to find the people. Wow, we got 1 success. That's great. So we're able to find some tracks or something, maybe like a couple of dead walkers in it that have been like run over by a car, like who knows what. But we find something that points towards where they are, so we can at least start to follow them. So we're gonna go hop in. We do have a car still at our place, so I think we're all gonna hop in just the one car and we're gonna take off. Now, inside the truck, we did have some stuff. They had a bunch of extra gas and our survival gear that they took with them, which we're not exactly happy about, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to head off towards trying to follow them. And all right, we are going to embark on the run or otherwise engage with the challenge. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do, let's actually go to our map really quick. Woohoo! So exciting. Okay, so technically right now we're here in A6. Oh, hey, it's not showing up. Hold on. Why isn't it showing up? Sorry, give me just a second. There we go. Did that fix it? That did fix it. Okay, great. So we're right. No, it didn't fix it. Oh, now it fixed it. What is going on? There we go. Maybe that did it. There we go. Okay, so right now we're in area A6, this one here. And so we're going to roll and see which way they're going. I think they're probably going to head this way, but I don't know. So I guess we'll just roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the sectors they're trying to get to. Number 5, so they go to A7. Okay. Now, if I remember right, there was something over in A7. A neutral faction with a haven of a movie theater that's well defended and they have a useful item. So here's what we're going to say is happening. So they know about this neutral faction, or at least a faction they've heard of. And John and the other two decide, hey, we don't really like this faction. Let's go there. We'll take the food with us, some supplies, and they'll let us in. So they're going to try and make it to the neutral faction before we do, I think is what it's going to be. So they've left. And what we're going to do is we're going to do like a chase, a little mini chase thing. Maybe they like left a note saying where they were going and we found it with our survival skill. I don't know what it is, but let's do this. Oh, we forgot to do our dearly departed monologue. We'll do that really quick. Our dearly departed monologue wasn't to anybody. It was to something. Dear narcotics, because we got rid of those. It was good to see you go, although it may cause more trouble than it was worth, apparently, yeah. John, the fire chief, and Ronnie are all mad that their goodies disappeared. Hopefully this will be for the best. We can't kick them out because they're too dangerous, and we can't keep them because they're too unpredictable. It's a catch-22, and someone might end up taking a bullet on this one. Hopefully, things just de-escalate and the problem resolves itself. But if I've learned anything out here, it's that problems only get worse. Which indeed is exactly what happened. Anyways, we're going to roll 00 for our experience for that really quick. Yay, we got 2. Woohoo! So exciting. I love getting a little extra XP. Oh, we probably could have leveled our character up a little bit, but too late now. It doesn't really matter. All right, anyways. So they are headed for this neutral faction, we'll say. And we're going to do some rolling. So what we're going to do is we are going to roll our, what do you call it? We're going to roll mobility, because that's what you use to drive a car. So we're trying to drive fast enough to catch up to them, and they are trying to just drive away from us. I don't think they think that we were going to follow them. I don't know. Maybe they do. So let's see. So their best driver is John, who gets 5 plus 2 for their truck. And then we're going to roll ours, and we're going to get our mobility plus ours. So this is John's roll. Wham. Cool. They got 0 successes. So as long as we get 1 success... Oh, hey, you can't see that. My bad. Wham. He got none. So as long as we get some successes, we'll catch up. So our character has the best mobility of the other group, I believe. Yes, we do. So our mobility is also 5 dice, plus 2 for the vehicle. So we're going to roll that. If we get 1 success, we'll be able to catch up to them before they make it to the enemy haven, or the neutral haven. All right, we even got an extra success. So we're going to say that extra success, we can use it for something when we catch up to them, because I don't exactly know how this is going to go. I don't know if we have to like ram them off the road or shoot them while they're inside the car, or like, I don't know what the heck's going to happen. This is going to be interesting. So tell you what, so we're able to catch up to where they are. We're going to roll a dice. We're going to say, is there something blocking the road, which is why we catch up? Is there something blocking the road? 5, that's a yes. Okay. So there is something blocking the road. We're going to roll a scout roll really quick. And when we're entering a sector, we get to roll an extra 2 because of our eagle eye ability. So we get to roll a total of scout is 4 for wits, 2 for scout, and 2 for the eyes. So we get to roll 8. All right, so we're not going to see whatever the problem is. We're too busy looking out for their car. I guess we could push the roll. Well, we don't know what the problem is yet. Tell you what, we're going to push the roll just in case it's like, if it's like a giant horde of walkers that have surrounded them or something and that's why they've stopped, then this could get bad if we don't notice that. So we're going to re-roll that. Our scout check to see problems in the area. Okay, we did get a success, but we also got a mess up. So the success is good. That means we'll be able to see, oh, we should have used our extra dice. Oh, well, whatever. Okay, we are going to see whatever the problem is, but we mess up. So let's roll on the messing up oracle really quick. Woohoo! A 61. An issue from the challenge sheet comes into play or the end game worsens. Well, here's what we're going to say then. An issue from the challenge sheet. One thing that we did was we filled in the military group's faction clock today. So I think what we're going to say is we're driving down the road and we see, so we're trying to catch up to them. We're driving really fast, which we are. And we see up ahead the truck. But we also see a couple of other vehicles there. Turns out this military group has been watching this road. And they tried to stop John and the other 2. And we don't know exactly what's happened yet, but that's what's going on. So that's how we're going to incorporate the faction clock, because we are going to encounter them today. Now, the last time we saw the military group, they said they were going to be hostile to us the next time they saw us. The only reason they didn't attack us was our squad leader was there last time. So we're going to roll 1d6. Is our old squad leader there? Yes. Okay. And he's already warned us about fighting or whatever. So this is going to be kind of interesting. So we're driving up. We notice from afar this thing. So tell you what, let's roll we're going to roll some dice to see kind of like what's going on. We're going to roll, I think we're just going to roll on the theme oracle. I think we can just do that to see like maybe what's kind of happened while we were gone. And we're going to roll a double low for the theme. Because so I've learned that the lower themes are kind of like bad things and the higher themes are good things. I don't think anything good is happening here. So I'm going to roll double O for the theme. It's going to be theme 1, and then it's going to be number 51, which is death. Okay, so definitely either people have died or the dead are here. So we're going to do death, and number 2, number 14. So it's death and exhaustion. Death and exhaustion are the themes for us coming up on this thing. So I think the death one is pretty obvious. There was a fight here. There was bullets flying, people getting hurt, that kind of a thing. And because of exhaustion, we're going to say it was like a very long gun battle. And we're going to say that the gun battle also, or the fight also left the vehicles. So, like, I think what we're going to do is like maybe the military group or John's group, whoever started shooting first. But either way, we're going to say that the truck is damaged, which is why they didn't drive the truck away. So we're going to say that our truck is completely damaged. Tell you what, we're going to roll on. There is a chart that's like the vehicle condition. Vehicle condition. We're going to roll double low on vehicle condition. 1. Yeah, so the truck is broken and cannot be fixed. And also, all the fuel that's in it has leaked out. So we're going to say that there's still... the good news is when we get here, most of the goods are still in the truck. We've got the food is in the truck. The gasoline is in the truck. The survival gear is in the truck still. Nobody's had time to take anything out of it. Actually, we don't know that yet. Because we're going to have to do... so here's the other thing. First, we're going to do... There is a group of walkers in the area. We're just going to go with its swarm size 2 at the moment. And we're going to do the threat meter is at 1. So there's zombies, or not zombies, there's walkers in the area. There's a fairly okay group of them that have congregated here because of the gunfire that was going off here at one point. We're going to roll... I don't know what we should roll. So we're going to say there's 2 like military vehicles here and then the truck. The truck's obviously all broken down. Our group is going to have to roll a mobility check with the car to like drive in between the walkers to get to the truck and stuff without problem, which we'll do in just a second. But there's, you know what, we're actually going to do that first. We're going to kind of like do this as we go. So we get 7 for our mobility. Tell you what, we're going to get 1 extra from our earlier roll, and then we have 1 stress. We're going to try and drive between the walkers without getting more of them around us, and then in so doing, get close enough to the truck and stuff to see what's happened. Holy cow. So yeah, we like easily maneuver around the dead. And not only do we do that, we do it really quickly. So we had 3 extra successes. So we're going to say that gives us like extra time. So while because we're going to be doing like survival rolls to see like if we can track where the people went. We're going to do like maybe rolls to see if we can scrounge up other goods, things like that. Go from there. So here's what we're going to say. We're going to say, so our old squad leader was here. We're going to say he's not dead. We're just going to... There's 2 military vehicles here, though. So we're going to roll double high. How many people are in the first car and then how many people are in the second one? So double high. Wow. So there were 6 and 3. So there's a total of 9. A total of 9 here. So hold on. We're going to do... Okay, so there's 9 of the military faction that were here. Now we're gonna roll. So the truck's obviously toast. We're gonna say at least one person got away from them. But we're gonna roll. Did Ronnie get killed? No. Did the fire chief get killed? Yes. And then I think we're gonna roll double low for John because he used to be in the military. He's very trained. We're gonna roll double low. Did John die? Extreme no. Okay. So we know that John and Ronnie survived, but the fire chief guy is dead. So we're gonna make note of that really quick. His name was Jacob Smith. And he was killed in fight. Okay, so we show up and he is completely owned. He's dead. And we're also going to roll, I think we're just going to roll double low. How many of the military members died? 2. So 2 of the military faction are dead. So 9 were there, 2 died, and okay, the last thing that we're going to roll is, so I don't think the military group would stick around the truck exactly because they'd see the zombie or the walkers coming out trying to like get to them. So we're going to roll, I think we're going to roll double high. Is there part of the military group nearby watching the trucks? No. Even with a double high, the answer is no. So maybe the dead push them back into the woods. But either way, the lucky part is they aren't going to know that we're here, which is actually really good for us. So, or maybe all of them were so mad about their other friends dying, they chased John and Ronnie into the woods, all 7 of them. So the last thing we're going to do, we're going to roll double low. Does one of the dead people have the keys to one of the trucks on them? Yeah, no. So we are now going to do a survival check, I think. So we roll 7. Basically what we're doing is we're scrounging for the supplies in the area and seeing maybe what the military group guys have on them and stuff like that. So we're going to roll 7 dice for that, for our character, Steve. So Steve is going to find something useful, we'll say. That's what the 6 is. We find something useful. Actually, tell you what. So that was our roll right there. We're actually going to roll. We also have 3 extra successes from driving in so quick. I think we're going to use that. This is going to represent like extra time that we're using trying to find whatever. Okay. So Steve is able to find like tracks leading off into the woods. Maybe there's like a little bit of a blood trail or something. I don't know. So we're able to find that. That's the most important thing. Now, I think we're going to say that the military guys, maybe we could find a couple of things on them, but I don't think it's worth looking, like looting their bodies at the moment. Now, the other thing that I'll say is, just like in the show, at the beginning, they don't really know that the dead people come back unless their brains have been damaged. So we're going to roll one other thing. We're going to roll, I don't think this has happened too long ago, so we're going to roll double low. Are the military guys or the fire chief reanimating as walkers? We're going to roll double low on it. So no, they are not reanimating yet. But when we come back, they'll have reanimated, or they'll reanimate while we're there. So if they would have been reanimating at this exact moment, one of the group would be attacked by the dead. They would be and then they would have a single walker attack. They'd have to try and survive. Okay. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's that. So maybe we notice, like in one of the trucks, we notice like a patch or whatever that represents our old squad, so we know that like our squad leader is around this parts. And I think this is a point where we have a talk with our group. So our group could just take the food and the gear and stuff and drive back to the Haven. The Haven's only one sector away too, so it's not that far. So yeah, we could do that. We could also try and help out John and Ronnie, which I don't think many of them are up for. Let me see how much a tent weighs. It takes up 2 slots. So our survival gear has like a sleeping bag, or not a sleeping bag. It has a tent in it, and it also has like a couple of other things in it. It has a field kitchen, which doesn't really do much for us, and things like that, but I don't think we really are going to need them at the moment. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. So now we have this interesting choice to make, is like, well, do we split up? Do we just take our stuff and leave? I hope the military group doesn't track us back down. Like, what do we do? Do we just leave John and the other lady for dead? Like, what do we do? So I think our group is going to start talking about it. We're going to roll a double high. Do we hear gunshots close by? Double high. Extreme, yes. So since it's an extreme yes, maybe we'll say that we can hear that the gunfight is coming back our direction. So they went off into the woods. There's been some more shooting, and the gunfire is coming back our direction. So I'm going to say we don't have long enough to pack up and leave. We don't have long enough to take all the food, all the supplies, put them in the car. So instead, what we're going to do, we're going to say we take the car and we try and like hide it like on the opposite side of the road, or maybe there's like a little pull off we can try, and like maybe we pull it off into the trees a little ways. And maybe we kind of set up some kind of like ambush or whatever for whoever comes back. So I think that's what we're going to do. We get 2 plus 5, plus we get an extra 1 because we still have one of those from driving over here. And we have a stress dice. So let's roll. Okay, we succeed. So we're able to drive the car somewhere safe, but we mess up. Of course we mess up. That's our second mess up of the day, and we've only rolled the stress dice 3 times. Number 65. An existing challenge where the endgame worsens or becomes more complicated. Okay. So I was going to say maybe we have a chance. So we pull the car off the road. We're all in the car. I was going to say maybe we have time to set up for like an ambush and everybody gets to start with cover if there's a fight. But what we're going to say is that maybe a couple of the military guys come back out towards the trucks. So we can hear gunfire somewhat nearby, and those guys, they come back, they come out onto the road, and they are now guarding the vehicles. Maybe they are just making sure that if like John and the other lady are trying to get back to the cars, that they won't be able to escape or something like that. I don't know. So I'm going to roll a double low. How many of their guys come back? They only have 7 guys left. Okay, so only one guy comes back to guard the vehicles. I think that's pretty good because the truck is totally wasted. But this guy is now there. So I think what we can do is so we're not in stealth yet, but like we have successfully hidden the car off the road. We haven't been noticed. So I think we turn to the other guys in the car and we're like, hey, maybe we should take this guy like hostage or something. Like maybe we snag him up. Like we don't want to kill him. Like maybe we can use him as bartering to get out of here. Like maybe we get our food, we let him go, they let us all be good, you know? And the other people are like, I don't know, sounds kind of risky. And we're like, yeah, come on, it should all work out. Like, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna be like, okay, we'll tell you what, let us just try and do it. We're gonna try and stealth up to him. We get 6 dice for that, plus our stress dice, which will probably roll another mess up, because that's kind of what we're into today, apparently. So we are going to try and sneak up on this military guy. If we do, then we're going to be able to try and like take him out, like maybe like knock him unconscious or something. Maybe that'll be like a force roll and we'll get like an extra dice or 2 or something. I don't know. Let's just roll our stealth, see what happens. So we try and sneak up on the guy. Yes, 2 successes. So 1 will help us sneak up on him. I think we're going to do the extra 1 we can use as an extra dice. Our other mobility dice from driving in there really quick is going to go away because we didn't need it. So here's what happens. So we sneak up on the guy where we're close enough we can grab him, right? So we were in the military. We don't have a lot of like hand-to-hand combat training or whatever. But I'm going to say that we are going to we're going to sneak up on him, which we've already done. We're going to try and like get him in a chokehold or something and just knock him unconscious. We don't want to kill the guy. I mean, the other thing that we could do is maybe like put our gun up to him and be like, move and we blow you away kind of a deal. And, you know, we try and take him hostage that way, but we're not very good with leadership or manipulation. Well, I don't know. This is a rough one. Maybe so we can go the gun route or we can go the try and knock him out route. Either way, it's not great rolling for us. I mean, I guess maybe we could use our ranged combat as a, like, instead of shooting at the guy, we're using ranged combat as like an intimidation tactic or something. I don't know. I feel like that would have to be a talent, because most talents do one of 2 things. The talent either gives you like a +2 in a certain skill when you're doing something specific, like our Eagle Eyes talent. Whenever we're entering a sector, we get a roll +2 for our scout. Or the other thing that it does is it lets you use a different skill than you normally would. So like there's one where you can use scout instead of I believe it's manipulation, when you're trying to gain like insight into what somebody is going to do. But that's a talent. And so I think it would be a talent to be able like to use your gun to intimidate somebody as manipulation. So I think the best route for us is going to be trying to knock them unconscious. So I think we're going to say it's a force roll. That's annoying as crap. I thought I said this. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. I don't know. Anyways, so I think we're just going to do a force roll, which is 4 dice. Plus we get an extra 1 from stealthing so well. Plus we have a stress dice. So we're rolling 6 dice. If we get a 6, we're going to say we grab him and knock him unconscious. If not, then we're going to go into like a fight. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Whatever. We're rolling. Oh, we got 2 successes. Heck yeah. So we sneak up on the guy. We grab him from behind. We choke him out and we knock him unconscious. And we get an extra success. So I'm going to say that we're even able to drag him over. So it also doesn't make noise to attract the walkers or anything. And I'm going to say that we're able to drag him over to one of the military vehicles, let's say. And let's say we put him in the military vehicle. So we put him in there, or we've knocked him out. No, we don't want to put him in there. We knock him unconscious. He passes out, and we are able to drag him back to our vehicle with our friends. We put him in there, and we'll be like, okay, Nicole, your job is to watch him. We're going to roll a d6. Is the gunfight getting closer? No, it's not. So is the gunfight over? Yes. An extreme yes. So what we're going to say is Ronnie dead? Because it was an extreme yes, we're going to roll double high. Is Ronnie dead? Yes, Ronnie's dead. Okay. Then for John, we're going to do, is John... I'm trying to think how we can do this. So John is the one who killed their leader. They did fill in their faction clock. We're going to roll a double high. Do they know John killed their leader? Yes, they know that John is the one who killed their leader. Okay. So, they know John has killed their leader. So, the question now is, do they straight up kill John, or do they try and take him captive? I think we're going to do they try and take him captive, because it's a lot more dramatic. And maybe, because if he goes away alive, then they can make a, like, he could tell them about our haven, and maybe they come after us. Because that is, like, the end game is basically they're trying to kill people. And if we help John, like, even if, like, maybe he convinces them that, yeah, we knew exactly what was going on, and, you know, we helped him anyways. I don't know. So we're going to do double high. Do they take him hostage? Extreme, yes. So, yeah, they take him hostage. So let's make some notes. Right. And then we're going to roll double low. Did any more of the soldiers die? Nope. Extreme, no. No more of them died. Maybe they set up a little bit of an ambush, waiting for them to come back toward the cars. And when they did, they just blew Ronnie away, snagged John. Okay. John hostage. So there are only 6 of them, because 2 of them have died. One is our hostage, and then they took John hostage. Now, the other thing we need to mark off is Ronnie is dead. Ronnie is dead. Killed in a fight. Okay, so we now have a hostage. We could try and exchange it for John, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're fine with them having John, but we really want our supplies back. So there's 4 of us, there's 6 of them, but we have one of their guys hostage. So here's what happens. They make it back to their, like, trucks. They're dragging John. They have him, like, handcuffed or zip tied or something, and they throw him in the back of one of the trucks. And then they're like, hey, tell you what. So it's not the squad leader, but there is a chance that the one of these. So there's a couple other NPCs. There's the major, who I don't think is going to be here because he's like the leader of the group. But there is another one called Specs, who is an important NPC. We're going to roll double low because I don't think it's very likely they're radio operators out here. So we're going to roll double low. Is it Specs that we've taken? Yeah, extreme no. So it's just going to be another member of their little group. We're going to say they call him, like, Jimmy or something. We'll just say Jimmy. Jimmy's good. So they're like, Jimmy, where you at? Jimmy, we got a bunch of the dead coming. We got to go, man. Where are you? Jimmy. And so then we're going to be like, okay, who's the best driver besides us? They're all the same. I think what we're going to do is we're going to be like, okay, Samuel, you stay here in the car. If anything goes wrong, you drive the car towards us. We're going to hop in and we're going to drive away as quick as we can. Okay? And Samuel's just going to nod at us, okay? So we're going to take Nicole and Daniel, because Daniel is good at talking, or better at talking than the rest of us. And Nicole is just as good at fighting as... Oh, actually, Samuel's better because he has close combat expertise in... never mind. We're going to have Nicole... We're going to say, okay, Nicole, you stay here. The rest of us, we're going to go and try and exchange this for our goods. So, we get out of the car, us, Daniel, and Samuel, and we're gonna walk over with the guy hostage. Maybe we wake him up somehow, slap him awake, I don't know. But we've disarmed him, we've taken him hostage, and we're going to take him over towards the bad guys. So they do have our squad leader there, who does have lots of different good skills. Oh, this could go really bad. All right, we take the hostage over. And we're like, hey, and they raise up their guns on us. We have our guns on them, and we're like, we don't want to kill this guy. The only reason we're here is for our supplies that got taken from us. And they're like, what do you mean? We're like, in the back of that truck is our food and our gear that they took from us. We're just here to get our gear back. We don't want to hurt you. We don't want to hurt your friend here. But we will if we have to. So I think Daniel's going to roll. I think we'll just do, it's like leadership. I don't know how to do these like negotiation things. I'd like to say that they're just going to be like, oh yeah, I guess we could just roll a d6 and be like, do they, because they're already kind of hostile towards us. Maybe we roll a double low. It's rough. I think we'll do that. We'll roll a double low. Do they say, okay, yeah, we'll trade our guy for the food and the supplies? Double low. I don't think they're going to go for it. No, they don't go for it. They're like, There's 6 of us, and there's only 3 of you. Like, why shouldn't we just keep the supplies, kill you, and get our guy back? So then I think Daniel is going to roll manipulation. He's going to lie. And he's going to be like, there's only 3 of us here. We have other people over in the woods with their sights on you. And they're just waiting for the gunfight. They're just waiting for the guns to fight. Or they're just waiting for the gunfire. And then they're going to start taking you guys out. So he's going to lie about it. Let's see if they believe him. Oh, he gets 2 successes. So I'm going to say that they believe that. So, like, what's to stop us? He's like, we've got guys in the woods, and they'll shoot you. And they're like, okay. Daniel's very convincing to them, apparently. So, now they're like, okay, well, now we're at a little bit of an impasse. They're like, tell you what. How about we get some of the food, you can have the gear, and you get some of the food back? How about we split it? They're like, after all, we are the ones who stopped them so that you could get your stuff back. We're like, yeah, okay, that's fair. So we're going to have, I think we're going to have Daniel roll his leadership because they're like trying to negotiate here. We're going to say Daniel rolls leadership, and then the other guy who's the squad leader is going to roll leadership, and he has really high leadership. He's an expert in leadership. So we're going to roll for Daniel. If whoever gets more, like if Daniel gets more, maybe he's able to convince them to like give us something else in return as well. Like, okay, yeah, you can take some of the food, but you're going to give us X, Y, and Z for it or whatever. If they roll the same, then we're going to do it as the compromise as stands. And if the other guy wins the leadership check, then or no, if the other guy wins, then we'll split the food with them and give them their hostage back. If they get the same, they have to make some kind of, like maybe there's some kind of extra compromising-y thing. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We'll see. So Daniel rolls. Wow, Daniel got 2 leadership. The other guy has 8 in leadership. And he only got 1, so Daniel wins. So, since Daniel won, he's able to convince him. He's like, nope, that's our food. It's our gear. We're taking it. You get your guy back, and nobody else dies. And they're like, okay, we can live with that. And then we're gonna ask, what are you gonna do about that other guy that they captured, which is John, who we know. And they're gonna be like, well, he's going to face a military, or what do they call that? It's not a military trial. They call it but basically like a military trial. They have the military police. What do they call it? Like he went AWOL, so maybe it's like that, or crap. What the heck do they call it? Let me look it up. I have it on the tip of my tongue, but I can't do it. Military, a court martial. That's what it's called. He's gonna face a court martial. Whatever. Okay. So he's gonna take a court martial. We're going to, so we're gonna let their guy go, or we're gonna have Samuel, or us and Samuel. We're gonna tell John, or not John. We're gonna tell Daniel, keep your pistol on the hostage till we get all our stuff. And then us and Samuel, we're gonna go grab all the food. We're gonna motion Kate to come over with the car. She's gonna drive over with the car. We're gonna load the car up. We're gonna put our gear back in there, so we no longer have the truck, but our gear is, we get the gas, the survival gear that was in the truck, and the food, and now it's inside of our car. So we've lost the truck, which is kind of unfortunate, but things are interesting. John is going to be taken by, okay. I'm just making notes of what's happening to the different people and stuff. So we get all our stuff, we let their guy go, or I'm gonna tell the other guys, I'm gonna say, you guys get in the car, go pick up the other guys in the woods, wink, wink, and then I'll stay here with the hostage till you guys are far enough down the road, and then I'll catch up with you guys. So our guy, Steven, is going to stay for a while with the hostage while they drive away down the road a little bit towards safety where they're far enough away. And then we're going to let their guy go. We're going to give him his stuff back. We're going to give him back his gear that we took away. And we're going to be like, hey, no hard feelings, man. We just don't want to die. And he's like, I get it. Tell you what, we're gonna roll and see if this guy Jimmy. We're gonna roll one dice. Is he happy we didn't kill him, or is he mad that we like embarrassed him? So is he happy that we saved him? Yeah, he's happy. Okay, or that we didn't kill him. So we'll say that Jimmy, he's like, hey, look, man, I understand that you easily could have just shot me or stabbed me or taken me out. I really appreciate that you didn't. Thanks for that. We're gonna make a note of that because maybe it comes in later. If their group like attacks us, maybe we do some kind of leadership check or something, convince him and maybe our squad leader to like not kill us. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, we let him go, and then we're gonna talk to our squad leader really quick too. So we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna be like, look, man, I'm all for giving him a court martial. We're all for John getting a court martial, but just be careful out there, man. Things are getting more dangerous. Things are bad. be safe out there. And then we're going to turn around and we're going to try and we're going to say that there are, because there's still walkers in the area, we're going to try and stealth our way back to the car. So we get 4 for that, plus we have our stress, or sorry, we have 4 for our agility, 2 for our stealth, 1 for our stress. And we're going to try and sneak our way back without attracting any more of the dead. And actually, we're going to say because the gunshots were so close to this area that the threat level is already at threat level 2 is what we're going to say. I forgot to up that. So if we fail this roll, then we, at least our character, is going to get into combat with the swarm. And our friends, maybe they'll be able to help. We'll see. All right, let's roll our stealth. We succeed, so it's not a problem. We're able to sneak past the dead. We make it back over to our compatriots, and we are going to hop back in the car, and we're going to leave toward our haven. So we drive back to our haven. On the way, we're going to talk to him in the car, be like, wow, that was really close. You know, I'm glad that we didn't have to kill anybody. It's too bad about John. Maybe when I was there talking about the hostage, we asked about the other guys, and he's like, yeah, we killed all of them except for that guy that we took. That kind of a thing. So they are now down 2 people. So they're down to 15 people because 2 of them died. But they did take John hostage. Okay. So we escape. We make it back to our haven. We get, a little bit of XP. And then we are also going to get all of our stuff back into the haven. So we have to change our haven back to capacity 2 because we did get all the food back. All right. But we did lose because they did take one of our rifles. They did take one of our submachine guns. So we did lose quite a bit of gear, which is kind of annoying because those, we're not going to get those back. We're just not going to get those back, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. So we're going to take Jacob off. He's dead, so we're going to take him off of our sheet. It's kind of sad that the firefighter guys didn't last very long. We also weren't able to get any of their like firefighting gear. Actually, we will say we are able to get their firefighting gear. Because that would be in the back of the truck, I feel like. 2 times fire gear. I don't know if we'll ever use it, but if we do, that would be great. So we'll say we do, that is also stuff that we find in the back of the truck that we take. So we're also going to take John. We're going to take him off of our haven list as well. It's kind of sad to see John go down this way. And like I said, he could easily turn on us, which is kind of bad. So, but we're going to take him off of our haven. So our haven just lost 3 members today. Technically 2 of them we probably don't really care about, but the fact that John left is not good. That's pretty devastating, I think, for at least for our character. It's really sad because we know something bad's going to happen to him, and it's going to be bad for Kate too. I think that Kate is going to have some extra issues. So I'm just deleting these people. That's pretty much it for today, though. Yeah. We are getting close to the end game. The faction clock that got filled in will go back down to 1. And they're going to do the next time it gets filled. So the next time I think that their thing gets filled in, it's going to be because they are like coming after us. I think it'll just increase the end game clock if it didn't already. I don't know if that made sense, but since they are basically the end game. No, turn that off. I'm trying to unclick all these little dots. Okay. So they do have John, and maybe they come after us because of what happened. Very interesting. We are going to have XP, though. And next time, we're going to be able to do, like, 2 more level ups, which is great. Because we have 19 available experience from this week. So Monday we'll come back and maybe we'll have an extra talent or a couple of our skills will go up a little bit. I think that we're going to start trying to up our like leadership because I think our character is going to try and be the leader of our little group. Daniel's not too bad, but if Daniel dies, like, and no offense to Daniel, but he's not exactly a fighter. So when it comes to fighting, might be better to have our character be leading people, but we'll kind of see what happens. As far as the challenges go, we don't really have to worry about any of these challenges anymore because John's gone and the firefighters are gone. But yeah, now we're going to have to start dealing with Kate. I think Kate is going to get worse because John's gone and things, but anyways, that's pretty much it for today. Those of you who are watching this either now or on YouTube later when I get it up there, I just want to thank you for watching. If you like this stuff, subscribe or follow or whatever. It really helps out. And yeah, hopefully we can grow this a little bit. I would love nothing more than to have some people come and join me for the actual game and have input and say. So far, people haven't really seen that because, well, just haven't been there. But anyways, I had fun today. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great weekend.